Hello guys, welcome to this video. In today's video, we are starting a new series of Rust for beginners. So if you are an experienced programmer or a beginner programmer who wants to learn programming, this is the right series for you. For experienced programmers who have been in languages like C++, Java, you're going to find this quite easy. And even for those who are beginning, do not get scared. We are beginning from scratch, the fundamentals. And I'm going to make sure I take you through every detail that you need to learn Rust and master it, from novice to a professional or to an expert. Now, we have previous videos where we have demonstrated how to install Rust on both Windows and Unix systems plus macOS. Please head over to those videos in the list and watch how to install Rust on your machine if you don't have Rust already installed on your computer. So here on my computer, I already have Rust installed and I want to start straight away. So open your terminal, call your terminal by pressing Ctrl-Alt-T and it will pop up. So navigate to your favorite directory and create your Rust program. So how do we start Rust program? So how do we create a Rust program or project, so to say? So I told you in the video where we are installing Rust that we have this tool in Rust called Cargo, and Cargo is like the build tool in or package manager, in Rust. And well, both of those terms might be used interchangeably. So we are going to use Cargo to create our program. And if you're in your favorite directory, just type Cargo space new and the name of your program. I want to call this program Hello World. Yeah, you guessed it. So we have this Cargo project created, and there are things like cargo.toml, but we will not pay attention to that in our early phase of this series. So navigate to the your project, which is Cargo. Sorry about that. So cd Cargo. Oh, sorry, it's not Cargo. It's Hello World. Then I'm getting stuck too. So we are into the project itself, so we can open it with the VS Code by pressing code or writing code space dot and opening from this side. I trust the author, it's me, and here we are. Voila. So in your Rust project, there are some important files that are created with the project. It's the cargo.toml file. Gitignore, we know that, but we don't need to know about that right now. The main important file that we need to know right now is the main.rust file or main.rs. The main.rs file is mainly where we are going to perform most of the activities we want to perform right now. And when we get to advanced videos or advanced topics, that's when we will talk about concepts like importing modules and other things. But for now, we have the default code within the generated program or the generated project, and that is the print line exclamation hello world. Usually the first program. How do we run this program? Well, you can call up your terminal by coming here and click on terminal, new terminal, and it opens up here. And how do you run the program? You can run the program by calling cargo.build. Okay, so this builds up your program and generates another file, cargo.log, and the target folder for the binary is there, but we will not dive into that right now. Then after building your project, you want to run it by calling cargo run, and voila, we have hello world written on our screen. So that's there. But sometimes when your code has not changed, you might not need to build the program. You can just call cargo run and your program will be running. you'll see that in most of my series, or in most of the series that are coming up, I'll not be building the program sometimes. Okay, so that's how we run our Rust program. So we have looked at the first macro within our program, which is the println in Rust. So meaning that that's how we print things on screen in Rust. But that's not the only way we print things on screen in Rust. We can print on Rust. I need to disable this GitHub Copilot. Okay. So we can also print with print LL. Sorry, without the ln. So we can just write print exclamation as a macro, and whatever I want to print here. This is hello world, not on a new line. Yeah, sometimes people don't want new lines. We can terminate. So we clear the terminal and you want to run. So we can just call cargo, run, and voila. You can see that the first print, after printing, it creates whatever comes next to a new line. But when the new print, the print exclamation, doesn't create a new line. So that's the difference between println and print with the exclamation mark, of course. So that's how we print things on screen in Rust. There are also things that we call literal strings, and pay attention to this. We write the print statement ln, and we put in quotation marks, but we define these string literals. We put space, the curly braces, we put exclamation there. That means whatever is in there should be a string. So we define these strings outside the quotations and we put them there also. So we define these two string literals and the corresponding strings. And let's see what comes up here. So what you should expect is that you're going to see another hello world. By running cargo run, we're seeing that we have hello world. Yeah, so that's one of the ways that we can format our strings while printing them. And this is going to be a common way of printing in your programs. So I also want to talk about comments. When it comes to comments in Rust, what is a comment? A comment is a statement or part of anything within our code that we don't want to compile. So it could be code that we don't want to run and we just want to keep it there such that we can refer to it later in the future. So a comment could be by the // this qualifies to be a comment. Or we can have a block comment where we define word lines, but in between we put the asterisk. So whatever we can put in between here, we can talk about this program. Okay. So the last segment of this video will be talking about doing arithmetic in Rust. So how do we do arithmetic? So we can have the println exclamation with the curly braces we are defining all the literals there, and maybe we want to get a sum of two numbers, and what we need to do there is to define the two numbers that we want to add. So that would be okay, we are forgetting. Before we even talk about this, let's begin with 1. And we want to get the sum maybe of 30 plus 40. You know that should be 70. if we do cargo run, I'll first clear my screen, and we are seeing 70. So we can also do more arithmetic here, whereby we are declaring two literals, whereby we are summing them up. So we want just to, this is for purposes of printing, that we are adding two numbers and the result must be in that, or must be that. So we are adding maybe 34 and we are adding 80 and we are adding, the result should be 80 plus 34. So look at how the compiler is going to format everything here to give us the required result that we need. When we run cargo run, that's what we get, 30 plus 40. So lastly, I'll talk about the floating point arithmetic, and I'm getting the spelling here wrong. That's okay. So floating point arithmetic. If I want to add two numbers, I want to get the sum here of two floating numbers, which is 80.3 plus 34.9. Okay, so if we run this program by typing in cargo run, we are seeing that the sum is 115.199, close to 115.2, and I think that's what most of us expected. But we want to talk about something called about precision and floating point numbers in Rust, and it happens in other languages like C++ also. So for purposes of precision or definite accuracy, so to say, at the surface level, the compiler looks at 80.3 and 34.9 as an approximation in a decimal sense. So that means even the sum 115.2 is an approximation of the two variables. So in order to have that definite precision, that's why the compiler has been designed to give us these big or many decimal places as we add up, in order to have that proper precision. So that's it for you, or for you guys in this video. And don't forget to leave a like, a comment in the video if there is something that looks unclear or anything you feel is not right. I appreciate it and I read all comments. So stay blessed. Bye bye. See you in the next video.